What's up, Fear Fam? I know it's been a while since I brought you guys an actual video. I've just been uploading like little shorts just to keep the page active, but got a little project today, and that consists of me redoing my LED underglows. As you guys can see, I got a lot going on. I already took my battery out because anytime you're working with anything electrical, you do want to take, most of the time you just want to take your negative terminal off, but to play it safe and because I have to rewire a lot of things, because the reason why I'm redoing this is because, this, it's not the best wiring, so don't judge me. The box on this set fried out. And I think it's because my engine gets really, really hot. And so what I did was kind of finessed it a little bit. And this is what burnt out. So what I'm gonna do on this particular set, the only thing I asked for from my company was for a new box. That's all I asked for. They end up shipping me a whole new wiring kit. So that's kind of why I got all this going on. Excuse my mess. I bought a new tool bag today. I usually have 2 toolboxes in my trunk and this tool set right here, but it's taking up a lot of space. Plus with my basket and all kind of other stuff that I got in here. So I got this from Harbor Freight. I actually just picked it up not too long ago. It actually comes with a duffel bag strap, which is pretty dope. It's supposed to be like a 24-inch. It's pretty big actually. And it's really deep. So hopefully I can combine all of this and somehow sort. I don't know if I'm gonna take these out yet. I don't know just yet, but I have a lot of stuff in both of these toolboxes, so I'm gonna see if I can find it and put all of it in here so I can get rid of these toolboxes. I will have a link in the description for this bag. I really only got it because it was red. Also, I bought some new jack stands from Walmart. They are like the hyper tough or the heavy duty or whatever they're called, 2-ton jacks, and as you can see, they're doing pretty good. I got 2 of them. So without any further ado, I'm gonna start taking all this wiring out. I was just gonna replace the box, but that doesn't look like that's gonna happen without having to cut, splice, and all that. So what I'm gonna do is just take all the wiring out. Good thing I already got the strips and the rings installed, so that's gonna make it a little bit faster, a little bit easier. But I'm gonna cut all the zip ties out underneath the car, and I'm going to install this. It gets dark in about 2 hours, so I'm gonna be fast. I'm not gonna show you guys everything because I'm trying to get this done. So I'll get back to you guys when I have an update on that. So just a little update, guys. As you can see, she is sitting on no tires at all. Airbox taken out. Got a few panels out. Here's all the old wires cut. It really hurt me to cut all these wires because of what I did last week, the temporary fix. I'll drop a picture and let you guys see what I thought I fixed, but I guess I didn't. But this is out with the old. Now it's time to get in with the new. Now this time I'm going to wire it a little differently because I see that the last time I had it installed, the heat from the engine is what melted the box, and it was shearing a lot of my wires. So I'm going to try to wire it a little differently. If not, I'll just have to, I guess, wrap it a little bit more where it gets hot at. But like I said, it is going to get dark soon, so I don't want to talk much. I think daylight saving started already because it does get dark around like 6:30 now, 6 o'clock, and it is 4:51 at the moment. So I'm gonna get back to you guys once I get the installation started. And I also still have to get these wires right here out, but as you can see, this is my straight pipe. I know a lot of you wanted to see what my setup was. I am gonna redo my whole exhaust system. I want to do flowless catbacks. And I do want to add a vibrant reservoir because the drone inside the car is getting a little obnoxious at times. So what I think I'm going to attempt to do is run this is all the main wiring. This is a 8-piece head, and it goes off 2 splitters off into one, off to the control box. But what I think I'm going to do is attempt to get it back there in that hole right there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Like back there where that opening is. and see if I can run it backwards instead of running it like right here, because I had it like right here on the like coming up this part right here, and this is where the wires are melting. But I'm gonna try my hardest not to let it touch any of the exhaust, because that's obviously where it was burning last time. Like I said, I ran it up through here and then out through here. So I zip tied them all, the heads together, so I can run it backwards through the back of the engine. And I am going to attempt to run it that way. If not, I have to run it a different way. All right, so after fighting and burning up my hand because I just finished driving and burning up my arm, got little wounds, whatever.
Jesus Christ.
But after getting all that out the way, I finally got a way to get it all the way behind my engine, or behind the motor. I do have this much slack left. Like I said, the whole key was to get this out of the way. The wires actually did pretty good, but it's this guy that's pretty sensitive. So I'm going to try to keep this up here, maybe screw this to the top of the engine mount, maybe, I don't know. And these two wires here go to the two that I have already pre-installed in the front. That one right there and that one right there. And so these two wires are out the way. And yeah, so I'm gonna put those two out the way. And this is my, obviously my positive and negative for my power. And let me see if I can show you guys. So I got it running behind there, and it's way back there in that cut right there. And when you see it at the bottom, way cleaner than the last setup, because I had it like all inside my control arm and running out through my boots and my axles and all kind of craziness. So hopefully this works out a little better, and that it reaches each point, because it still has to reach the trunk lights, the side lights, and the two back rears, and the one over there, that wheel, this wheel, and like I said, I got the two over there that reach the front too. So just a little tip, guys, too, when you're taking your wheels off and, you know, doing maintenance on your LEDs, if you have underglow and wheel lights and stuff like that, make sure when you have all these tires off, because taking these tires off can be a burdensome time and you don't always want to do it, especially with the heat and stuff, make sure you're cleaning your LED strips. Look at this. See how dirty that is? Watch this. See the difference? How dirty that is? And look how black that is. See the difference? And my rings are really dirty too. So I'm going to spray all that down, as you can see. See? Really, really dirty. A lot of brake dust gets on these, and that probably could be, you know, prevented from upgrading your pads and your rotors, obviously, which I will be doing soon. But when you got the chance and you're doing stuff like this, make sure you take the time to clean your rotors, brake pads, and whatever lights you have installed on your vehicle. I got this tire done, ran it right there. Nice little clean setup. They give you so much wiring, but I guess more wiring is better than not enough wiring, you know. But like I said, guys, don't forget to wipe your stuff down. I currently did that ring, I did this understrip, and right now I'm gonna do this one. So I guess I'll show you what I'm guys using. Kind of like an all-purpose cleaner, degreaser, you know. It's real good. I guess I'll leave a link in the description, or you guys can just go in your local AutoZone or O'Reilly and look for chemical guys. It's pretty good stuff. One thing I learned about this product, it does not like windows at all. It leaves the nastiest. I don't know if it's because my rags be dirty or what, but it does not like windows.
Like I said, guys, just make sure you stay on top of your maintenance. A lot of this dirt and stuff, as you can see, my brakes are really dirty too. My brake calibers, at least. I'll spray those off when I get done, because I'm probably going to the car wash after this. But so I'll give you guys a little update on that. Oh, I'll get back with you.
So I ran into a little issue, being that I set up the wiring a little differently this time. So this middle wire, as you can see, I got everything zip tied up to the frame of the car, but it won't reach. And this one goes to my trunk LEDs. So I'm glad I didn't cut this out yet, because when I was taking the old set off, I was just cutting and cutting and cutting. But what I'm gonna do is, since I already got this wired up and nothing's wrong with this wire, I'm going to cut and splice. Oh, and I did want to mention also as well, I'm gonna show you how tedious cutting these wires are. Inside all of these wires, each and every one of them, except the power wire in the front, obviously that's only red and black, there's 3 wires in here. A red one, a black one, and a yellow one. The yellow one controls your electricity, Your black one is your ground and your red one is your power. So that means I have to cut all of these, and I'm gonna have to do the exact same thing on the other end. Take some of these here bud connectors and splice them together. I just bought some more electric tape today, so that's how tedious this job is. All right, guys. It's gotten pretty dark pretty fast, like I said it would. But I have all of my LEDs installed. Everything's wired up. I still gotta pick all this mess up off the ground. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how I want to source this without burning anything out again. I did run into one issue, and that is my rear passenger tire. The cord wasn't as long as I thought it would be. So I kind of got it tied here, but I think that tire is gonna pretty much cover it because I do have big 19-inch rims, so it should clear it, but that's my only concern. But as far as everything else, everything is good to go. Everything's zip tied up. I just gotta clean up my mess, figure out this power source, get everything back together, and I still have to put all of my stuff from these two toolboxes in this bag here. So I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna power it up and we'll see what happens. Well, guys, as you can see, I got it back working. Took a lot of work, but y'all know me. I'm a guy of determined dreams, and I do get stuff done when I say I need to get it done. So without any further ado, I'm going to put all these wheels back on, get cleaned up, take it for a spin, and hopefully everything goes right. I'm gonna let the engine get up to temperatures and see if anything goes wrong, or if anything decides it wants to overheat or melt or anything, and check back with it. I got this parking garage that I can go to check it. Like I said, I'm gonna come back, give you guys an update, and I'll let you guys know in a minute. I did run into one wire that I said was going to be too short, so I had to get some of the old wiring and wire it up together and make it stretch a little bit more. So now I have plenty of clearance. Put these tires back on, and I'm gonna get her fired up. Well, guys, as you can see, she's back together in full tact. Was a lot of work. Had to do a lot of finessing, a lot of mingling with this and wire and that wire and so forth and so on, but got her done. She's acculated on all sides. As you can see, she's back to normal. I did lose an LED on the bottom. I don't know when I lost that LED, but I guess I'll just order another strip. But here she is. The next day. Back out here again with it. Did have a little technical difficulties last night. Lights were working fine till I went out to work last night, and I realized that this is a very bad spot for this box to be at. I'm going to look and see if any of the wires melted, because when I went to change the functions of the lights, the only thing I could ride around on was all white, which defeats the whole purpose of the car. So I'm about to jack the car back up. As you can see, I already got my stuff out. So I'm just sitting here thinking, I just plugged my wires up to see if it was a faulty wire or anything that was causing half of my lights. So the situation was, so if I change the colors on my lights, right, I could change them to green, right, and everything would change at one time. This side would be green and the right side would be like another color, like it would be stuck on one color. So I was assuming that it was a faulty wire somewhere, but no, what it is this box is getting hot. And I think it's causing the whole system to malfunction, which makes sense. But I thought by putting it, you know, I don't know what I thought by putting it under the hood was gonna make it any better. Cause boy, if you don't, the last setup I had, it was underneath here, inside my wheel well over there by my control arm. But that started getting hot as well because my engine runs really hot, which is why I'm working on getting the cold air intake, and I might get the 350Z air duct in the front installed on the front of the bumper, just so that, because you know it's about to get cooler too, so it might help just a little bit with my car overheating. And then like some other mods that I want to get too, that's going to help my car from like getting hot, and it's always hot in Arizona, so that's something I'm just going to have to deal with. But what I'm trying to figure out now is if I want to run the wires another direction. I kind of want to run it through the cab, but I have to figure out where and how. I know I have a hole under here, behind this plastic here, that goes inside here. But then that means I would have to rerun the wires. I'll figure it out. I did take the battery back out again. Took half of the air filter off. I did attempt to take this connector off, but there is a screw that's underneath there. You can see it that I can't get to. So that's gonna be real fun when I change my air intake out. But yeah, right now, so all I really accomplished within the last hour or so was, you know, cutting all the cords, because like usually when I run wires and stuff through the engine bay or wherever I do it, I use zip ties. So I had to make sure I cut all those without cutting any actual important hoses that go to anything important in my engine. And this is currently what I'm working on. As you can see, this is a hot mess right now. So that's currently where I'm at. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reroute this behind my control arm, and I'm gonna route it up here behind this here wheel well. And there's a hole in here right there, if y'all can see it. And I'm gonna run it inside the car, and hopefully that'll prevent it from overheating, being that it'll be inside the cab and not outside the cab. And this is why people charge so much to do this kind of work. So I've decided I'm gonna run it through this hole here, and it's gonna come out. Look at all this I had to do, y'all. It's gonna come out back here. I gotta unscrew this screw back here. I don't know why they screwed a piece of carpet down, but as you can see, this is where I have my last setup at, where that negative wire is running at down there. And kind of just had to pick my carpet up. All this stuff was underneath it. Y'all have no idea. So I was able to get my control box through this hole, my firewall, excuse all my mess, through the fender of my car. So now I'm going to tuck away these wires, run these two to the front, because these are the only two that are going towards the front LEDs. Get all this stuff buckled back up, and hopefully that solves the issue for all the overheating that I had. When I go skating tonight, I'll give you guys a little preview. If it holds, I'll know, because from here to the skating rink is like a 30-minute ride. So I'll know if the unit is running cooler in this position than it was in any other position that I had before. So I'm gonna plug all this stuff back up, get my dash back together, because it looks a hot ass mess right now. And I'll get back with you.
A few minutes later.
Gas is getting out of hand, bro. It's craziness, man. I know a lot of y'all probably asking, why you putting 91 in there? You don't have to. Premium, right? I know it's not required, but recommended. And I like her running at peak performance. She's a fast car, so. And I do notice the difference when she's not on 91 or 93 for a lot of you back home, so I like to keep it on 91.
Where your kids at? They be on my nerve. They be on my nerve. When we lost Verge, I was on the verge. I just hit the movie store, I had to splurge. We just made a silent movie with no words. See, I can catch you shopping now. They can shop it now. I've been
Thank you.